Hello, hello. Well, hello everyone. It's me again. I am really, really sorry for the slight delay. I have been having a bit of problems with the connection. In fact, I've had a bit of problems with my computer, which I think is coming to the end of his life. But it doesn't matter. We're here again on Mondays. And as I promised, for the whole month, we're going to be talking about the things I saw at the salone, but in fact a bit more than that, because today I wanted to share with you a couple of companies which I saw, which are basically about wooden furniture, and so that led me to think of another two or three, which I think are really interesting to share because the first one really is a master carpenter. He's an ebonist, and he made the history of design in here, just beyond Milan. In the outskirts of Milan, we have a really strong, obviously, design community, as you know, and they tend to go, so they do their drawings and then they've got to find a really good craftsman. Well, he's the king. He's the king. He used to work with Castiglione. He worked with Scarpa. He's worked with Philip Stark nowadays, and also Urquell, and many, many more. And why do I want to speak about him? Because I had come across him about 10 years ago. Unfortunately, he's passed away because he was over 90 already when I had met him. And he passed away about, I don't know, I don't know exactly how many years ago, about 2 or 3 years ago. But it struck me when I visited his workshop, the attention to detail and the stories which he told me about how they used to look after their apprentices and what they used to, the exercises they used to make them do. And this is what I want to show you in a minute, in order to really, really develop that master craftsmanship which is necessary to prepare these and to produce these pieces of furniture, or even just complementary accessories, but who are handcrafted so beautifully that in themselves they are a piece of art. And to do this, they trained, and I think they still do to today, their apprentices with very difficult little tasks. And once they knew and they mastered this, at that point they could get onto the bigger pieces of furniture and design objects. Now, this it's called Bottega Ghianda. I'll see if I can share it with you on my screen. Here it is. And the product I wanted to show you, in fact, I'm going to share my screen now. Let me see if I can share my screen. Yes. Bottega Ghianda is what I want to show you. Okay. So they undoubtedly, I didn't visit them during this salone, but I know the shop and they're in the center. So for sure they did something. And what I wanted to show you was this product, because this is what Mr. Ghianda himself explained to me when I visited him. And he showed to me these little products, which is this one. And I have written about it more than once because this is, you see how well crafted it is and how they intersect the wood precisely. So Obviously, there's no glue, there's no, clearly no nails, but they really learn to put things together. And this he was used to explain to me, and this is what they used to make the apprentices do and learn to develop perfectly before they even set out and worked on a piece of furniture for one of the many designers who used to go and visit them. Mr. Gyanda was very passionate about wood. Can I say that they did FSC wood? Partially yes, and partially no. Because in their warehouse, however, they had a lot of wood which he collected over years from all over the world. So there are going to be some pieces of wood which were there before probably even the certification existed. Okay, so we've got to have a look when we ask for certification of the wood, because sometimes it's possible and sometimes it's not possible. When it's not possible, we have got to ask ourselves why it is not possible. Okay, is it not possible because they don't have certification, or is it not possible because that piece of wood is impossible to certify? So when I speak about this, I'm also thinking, for example, of bogwood. Okay, so if I go to Riva, and Riva is another very well-known historical carpenter. I'll call them a carpenter because that's basically what it is. Can you still see my... No. It's basically a carpenter. So I'll put this away. And now is it me back up? Yes, it's me back up. So, yes, Riva, as I said, is this company, and I would like to share this screen with you now. Now, this is a historical company on the outskirts of Milan, but what they do also is, yes, they do a lot of FSC materials, but like others, they go and they collect wood, like bogwood, which in fact is lying there. So this Kuari wood, it's called a Kuari wood, it's not a certified wood. Kauri wood, I beg your pardon, is not a certified wood, because you can't, it's not harvested in a forest. That's where you really got to understand it. You've got to know where they come from. So if these are woods like bogwood, which is found, here's the photo. Can you see the photo? Let me see if you can see the photo. Yes, you can see the photo. So like bogwood, it is found in the land, okay, that over centuries it has fallen to pieces. This, they say, it's 50,000 from the old glacier period, and they pick it up and they cut it. They cut it and they make it become some beautiful pieces of furniture. See, it basically, it's the raw wood here. And if you touch it, they do not use any kind of varnish or treatments. So the only treatment they have is oil, so it nourishes it. But what they do put here is resin. So this is something which we see quite often nowadays, but the difficult part here is to understand what kind of wood are they giving us. Okay, so it's not going to be certified wood, and if it's going to be certified wood, I have my doubts. So we're going to be able to find bogwood, which you can get from Ireland, you can get from places in the Balkans. In this case, the wood is from New Zealand. And there are many different types. So I had a look at this Kuari wood, which I found very nice. But I would like to have a look, seeing as you're here, what is briciole? I don't know what briciole is. Let's have a look what it is. Oh, yes, I beg your pardon. This, again, is the use of wood which otherwise would have been thrown away. So if you don't know, in Venice, for example, they use these trunks of wood here, which are used throughout the lagoon to highlight, to basically, it's as if they were roads for the for the boats, not ships, to come in. So if you have ever been to Venice, you will notice that the boats tend to stay in the middle of between these two poles. Okay, it's like it's a highway, like a freeway. So they've got to go in and they've got to go out and they've got to stay there. And this is what gives them the direction. Now, these woods can only last a few years inside the water. And after which, hang on a sec. After which they will be thrown away. So instead of having them being thrown away, they not far for 10 or 20 years is the most they can be used, and then they've got to be substituted. So they use these to make furniture. So they are basically recycled pieces of wood. Okay. And you will see here, obviously, you see it's all a bit used up from being in the water. But this is the beauty of it. Okay. So the more this wood has lived, the better it is. Okay. So they are quite long pieces of wood. And then the other thing which can be done, as I said, bogwood, we're talking about wood from Venice. We are talking about this quarry wood, which comes from leftovers from the glacial era from New Zealand. But there is a brand, and which is a big brand, these are well-known brands called Boffy, who has developed a series of beautiful, I must say, pieces of furniture. And what they do is they recover the wood from old huts, which you will find in the Alps. So again, an old abandoned hut, which usually which shepherds would use for taking up the cows to the highland, to the high pastures, and they would sleep there overnight. And these are often made in wood. So what Boffy has done is has recovered that wood, and from there they make some beautiful. I don't know if I can find it. To tell you the truth, let me see. I didn't look this up before the live, but I do think that finding pieces of furniture which not only uses sustainable certified wood, and that's fantastic, but with having in mind also that we want to recycle, not only do we want to recycle what we have, but also what the world gives us. Okay, so these are woods which have been, it's going to be a bit difficult to find, to tell you the truth. So I don't think I will be able to find it here, unfortunately. No. Just give me a second. Checking it up on another Uh, okay. So, no, I can't find it here, but when I do find it, I will definitely write something about it in our magazine or in our community. How we reuse wood from structures. So that's my main takeaway, which I wanted to give you. But I wanted to tell you also about Zanat before I leave. Zanat is, and I will put it here. Uh, Zanat is a brand from Bosnia, and they do certified wood, but they are also extremely beautiful in terms of craftsmanship. Now, with all this, I do not wish to in fact, I would like to highlight that the wood, the craftsmanship of some carpenters, UK, US, I don't know so many, are extremely high as well. What we really have to look at is the details of how they put them together. So this is basically what I wanted to leave you with today. Yes, quality craftsmanship. Yes, certified wood. But if it's not certified wood, let's not panic. Because in the case, for example, for Gyanda, he collected it over years and years and years of traveling around the world. Some incredibly dark, beautiful tech, natural, beautiful dark tech. And then on the other hand, we also have companies like Riva and like Boffy and like other ones who manage to re-give life to a piece of wood which has been out and working for tens of years, hundreds of years maybe, and still managed to find a way to repurpose it. And then, of course, we can, repurpose our own wood. Do we have those solid oak pieces of furniture, those beautiful desks, which probably our grandfather or grandparents had in their homes? Let's think twice about throwing them out, because these are not, things to throw out. They can live on for so much longer. It is important, as the guys from Riva told me, to look after them with good oil. Okay, so I'm going to leave you for today. It was a bit of a brief session also because I said I had a bit of a problem with my connection. So it's clear that I'm going to have to change some of my techie stuff. And I'll see you next week. Next week, we'll go into some other things which I think are going to be very interesting. So have a look out for your wood. Don't despair if it's not FSC, because you never know where it comes from, okay? And maybe they are repurposing it. Okay, then. Well, bye for now. Have a great day.